Greetings esteemed viewers, welcome to my channel. I hope your day is going very well. If you liked the video, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Following unexpected cancellations on HGTV, the Property Brothers' two new series have incited fan outrage. If you are curious about HGTV's favorite program, examine the roster, and it becomes evident. The television empire established by Jonathan and Drew Scott over the past 2 decades is indeed a phenomenon. Given their status as two of the foremost authorities and figures in restoration and real estate, it is unsurprising that HGTV has fully committed to the Property Brothers. With their own production firm, virtually everything they engage with transforms into HGTV success. However, despite achieving accomplishment, backlash may arise. Particularly today, given the massacre initiated by the network. As numerous shows are being canceled, with the likelihood of additional cancellations, some fans have expressed concerns, questioning whether there is an excess of quality content. The next installment of the Property Brothers, Chasing the West, coincides with the top of the renovation show surge, prompting speculation about whether Jonathan and Drew have overstayed their welcome. Chasing the West premieres at an inopportune moment. Timing is paramount. In anticipation of consecutive evenings featuring the premieres of Property Brothers, with Celebrity IOU returning on July 9 and Chasing the West commencing on July 30, fans are voicing their discontent regarding Jonathan and Drew's apparent exemption from the network's recent cancellation of other renovation programs. According to two industry specialists, the Property Brothers require no demolition. They are robust, resolute, and resilient, a distinction not applicable to their counterparts. The brothers are encountering a torrent of hostility on social media and Reddit, maybe stemming from disappointment, while having no involvement in the network's current decisions. Despite the somewhat distinctive premise of their new series, HGTV enthusiasts are intrigued by the timeliness and its representation of the network. The cancellation of shows presented by individuals from minority populations is not overlooked by fans, particularly as some viewers perceive the program as leaning more conservative, despite the twins' upbringing on a ranch in Canada. Despite their return to their origins for this particular performance, it has not diminished the collective opinions. A conflict is emerging around the notion of sameness. Critics of the Property Brothers express apprehension that each new episode merely constitutes a rehash of existing content. There are many who perceive remodeling shows as following a uniform template, with different couples as hosts. HGTV is addressing the complaint that its content is excessively formulaic. HGTV and Food Network employ an analogous strategy. If it is functioning adequately, refrain from making alterations. The Property Brothers series have achieved remarkable success for the network. This is partly why they persist in approving spin-offs and new forms. Similar to the Food Network, when they discover a favorite personality, they fully commit to promoting them. It is uncommon for a day's material to exclude Guy Fieri or Bobby Flay. Both celebrity chefs have acted as prominent representatives of the network. Similar to the Property Brothers, they persist in developing successful new concepts that captivate audiences. Diners, drive-ins, and dives is akin to House Hunters on HGTV. An episode from a decade ago can still provide entertainment. Due to the success of that show, Fieri's capacity to infuse his personality into programs such as Guy's Grocery Games, affectionately termed Triple G, establishes him as a fixture. Bobby Flay has ascended to the pinnacle of culinary competition programs. Throwdown with Bobby Flay, Beat Bobby Flay, Bobby's Triple Threat. The enumeration is inexhaustible. However, the format is effective. Unless viewers communicate their fatigue with celebrity chefs, the network will continue to produce them, akin to HGTV's approach with the Property Brothers. Regrettably, Jonathan and Drew are becoming negligent in a matter that minimally pertains to them. They are casualties of circumstance. This constitutes the entertainment industry. They cannot perish in the pursuit of honor and forfeit their achievements to preserve another individual's agenda. they must be keenly cognizant of how the present circumstances may influence the forthcoming series. Chasing the West is debuting at a moment when audiences are increasingly captivated by Western-themed content. Taylor Sheridan's dominance in the genre with Yellowstone is noteworthy. The twins are not solitary this summer in their Western-themed endeavors, as Magnolia Network introduces Back to the Frontier. Despite their differences, they have a common entry point of disengaging from the present and commemorating the past. Chasing the West will represent the Property Brothers' most significant risk. If viewers penalize them because of the network's present circumstances, it may indicate a new direction for future programming. Chasing the West debuts on July 30 on HGTV. All episodes will be accessible for streaming on Max. The Property Brothers have rendered the most challenging aspect of home design incredibly simple. HGTV is a hub for home design enthusiasts. The network's extensive coverage features remarkable stars that provide complimentary home design inspiration, along with exceptional ideas, methods, and hacks to simplify your lives. Jonathan and Drew Scott have expanded their empire over the years, partly due to their capacity to assist home designers consistently. However, a recent hack they disclosed on their official YouTube channel has astounded us all. HGTV often presents design concepts that may not be feasible for its audience. Although many may fantasize about a scullery, the feasibility and space required for its installation are indeed reserved for a privileged minority. This advice from the twins is applicable to everyone. Esteemed guests, it is now time to acquire the skills necessary to hang a picture with professional precision. Jonathan and Drew's influence has significantly impacted the network. Whether one watches Celebrity IOU, the original Property Brothers, or any of their numerous series. Consequently, HGTV persists in its demand for further content. While they contemplate their next show concept, YouTube serves as an ideal platform for acquiring knowledge that should have been learned decades before. Drew asserts, entering a room and observing asymmetry or misalignment is infuriating. I concur. The Property Brothers identify 3 effective methods for hanging a picture. The Property Brothers provide optimal techniques for hanging photographs. Option 1. Adhesive strips. Upon discovering that the framed portrait was inadvertently upside down, they disclose that this alternative may rectify the error. The straightforward and secure solution is exceptionally convenient. The chosen version is the double Velcro variant. However, there exists a variety of choices suitable for the individual frame you are mounting. The advantage here lies in the capacity to draw the tab and preserve the wall when you are prepared to detach it. Jonathan issues a public service broadcast stating that, under no circumstances, should the strip be removed. That is the purpose of the tab, he asserted. He also disclosed that with thicker frames, one should insert the Velcro to conceal the strips. Jonathan and Drew employed a level to verify the accurate placement of the frame. Alternative 2. Hammer and nails. The most prevalent technique employed prior to the advent of command strips is utilizing the nail places on the frame as hooks. Drew demonstrated a technique utilizing painter's tape affixed to the rear of the frame to indicate the desired centering position for the image on the wall. Nonetheless, they demonstrated that alternative technologies can accomplish this as well. He demonstrated the method for affixing it to the wall, utilizing a laser level to accurately position the nails for hammering. His primary recommendation is to drive it in at a modest slant. Subsequently, position the frame onto the nails, and you have completed the task. If the frame is not completely level, merely tilt the nail downward. Furthermore, you may crumple a segment of painter's tape and affix it to the nail to create a slight gap. Alternative 3. Anchor. This approach is suitable for wallpaper or fabric walls. The previous methods are suboptimal due to the lack of a smooth surface. Utilizing a stud finder enables you to identify the optimal location on the wall for positioning your frame. This strategy is advised for households with children who might collide with the picture or reside in an area prone to earthquakes. The Property Brothers are present to assist Jonathan, and Drew's Ask a Brother series on their official YouTube channel serves as an exceptional addition to their extensive repertoire of shows. Although HGTV broadcasts primarily emphasize entertainment, these brief videos, frequently highlighting what may seem evident, often fail to be included. During their broadcasts, they undoubtedly display the hanging of frames as part of the final touches. Yet dedicating additional minutes to instruct you on this process is not feasible for the network. The establishment of a substantial multimedia empire is crucial for these HGTV personalities. Their channel features a variety of tip-based videos that have become essential viewing. They are conveniently organized in a playlist. Recent articles have featured enhancements for outdoor entertainment, guidance on when to economize or indulge, and strategies for maximizing limited living areas. Their accessibility, in the event of an urgent inquiry, is merely a click away. If you are reluctant to make contact, consider visiting their website for further useful advice. Following numerous renovations, the Property Brothers caution against this most detrimental kitchen appliance. After extensive experience in the industry, Drew Scott and Jonathan Scott have acquired invaluable insights that they eagerly wish to impart to homeowners. The Property Brothers have observed the evolution of technology and science, as well as the potential to enhance one's environment through the careful selection of appropriate home objects. The kitchen embodies the essence of a home. As it is where you will likely invest the most of your time during your life, it is crucial to ensure that everything within is appropriate. Drew Scott provided a tour of his remarkable eco-friendly residence on his YouTube channel. Featuring top-tier amenities, including solar panels, his tour of his and Linda Phan's residence commenced an electrification journey. He strongly contends that a gas burner is an item to be avoided in your kitchen. Reasons for Jonathan and Drew Scott's transition to electric. He indicated that individuals believed they were compromising design and aesthetics by opting for an electric or induction cooktop. The traditional coils previously seen are unnecessary. Drew states, "We were indoctrinated to believe that gas was superior to electric induction ranges. The air quality in our residence has significantly improved due to the absence of a gas range." Drew elucidates that the paramount enhancement pertains to residential energy sources, stating, "We decarbonized by replacing our old gas range with this exquisite induction range." He observes that it can heat a pot of water in half the time, and mentions that this range incorporates significant safety features, which is advantageous for households with children. To illustrate that the range requires the pot's metal for heating, he placed his palm on the range to indicate that inadvertent contact will not cause harm. Simultaneously, Jonathan expresses his brother's feelings in a conversation with Bloomberg. Decarbonizing residential spaces is essential due to its implications for human health. Buildings account for 40% of our energy-related greenhouse gas emissions. In my view, the future of the home will be significantly cleaner and safer. Some households may be hesitant to transition to electric due to expenses. Jonathan remarks, "It has been prohibitively costly. However, the price points have significantly decreased." He also stated, "The government provides rebates and tax incentives that mitigate expenses. In certain circumstances, it is indeed more economical than reverting to a gas alternative." The advantages and disadvantages of gas and electric stoves. If the Scott twins have not yet persuaded you, HGTV has offered a useful piece that delineates the advantages and disadvantages of both solutions. Jonathan Clinton, a product manager for Sears, asserts, "What you possess most frequently influences your purchasing decisions." My mother exemplifies this concept. She has utilized a gas stove throughout her life. Nevertheless, she is totally cognizant of the advantages an electric stove offers. Her primary grievance has been the most significant advantage of a gas stove: temperature regulation. Utilizing an electric stove resembles the process of relearning culinary skills. Nevertheless, their efficacy is enhanced when employed at reduced temperatures. Furthermore, who does not desire a more efficient cleanup process? Given the environmental issues associated with gas stoves, electric stoves can contribute to long-term ecological preservation. While beauty may be a primary consideration, it could influence your preferences. Nonetheless, the prevalence of electric stoves in contemporary constructions, with their streamlined design, can enhance the current aesthetic of your kitchen. Although gas stoves may have a lower initial cost, they are ultimately more environmentally sustainable over time. Although the electricity powering your electric stove may still derive from fossil fuels, advancements in wind and solar energy are contributing to the reduction of the adverse environmental effects associated with that energy source. Ultimately, it is a matter of preference. Nonetheless, Jonathan and Scott have convincingly argued against the installation of a gas stove in one's kitchen.